right, y'all. Yeah, I'm in the building. All right. So I'm going to give you all the chance to get your watch party started. We got a big show today, boy. Oh, boy, do we. Yeah. Let me get y'all signed into the room. Not bad. We started at 4:08 today. So it ain't bad. Make sure you guys share alike. Yeah, let me see the room. I know the room starts lighting up early. Yep, I'm here. And I'm gonna get ready to crack the mic, open everybody up. I see y'all. Let me full screen this thing. Alright. So let me know you're here. Hit me in the chat room, just say hello. Let me know you're in the building. You can just hit me with a hi, good afternoon. As you can see, I have the ultimate co-host on my left, Saundrea Coleman. I'm going to crack the mics open. What's up, Saundrea?
Hey. Oh, thank you for cracking the mic. Had me a little muted, huh?
Yeah, just for a minute.
It's okay. Share.
Yes, indeed. Once again, let me know that you're in the room. Put a little something in the chat room so I know that you're there. That's all. Just say hi. What's up? We got a big show. We got a special guest. Woo! We got that fire today. We have a candidate. She's running for office. I'm not going to mention her name just yet. But y'all know her.
Yeah.
She is infamous in the Nycha movement. All right, so I'm going to start the show. And we here, y'all.
You're in the building.
Hey, what's up, Kimberly? I just seen you pop into the room. So we had a interesting week, I guess. First of all, I want to tell you guys to get out and vote because this is the last show that we're going to have before Tuesday. You know what I'm saying? Your vote counts. Your vote counts to my young people. Your vote counts. Reverend Kirsten Joy said to me when we was on his show, he said, Rock, has anyone ever stolen anything from you that does not have value? And I said, no, not at all. And he was like, so why are they trying to steal your vote? So if your vote didn't matter, why are they working so hard to take your vote? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The vote does matter.
Your vote matters. So.
The black vote.
The black vote matters. Yeah. You know,
we couldn't vote. There was a time we couldn't vote, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And people died to vote.
To vote, you know, so it matters. Yeah. Some of the other things, it was, great Halloween. We had some fun on Halloween, apparently, and I think Mike did something on Halloween. I'm going to give you Mike in a minute. We talked about the Borat show on one of my shows. Claudia's in the building. What's up, Claudia? I see you. What's up? She says, hola. Right? So, Mike, I'm going to shift it to you because you're not going to be here for long. Talk about what went on with you this week, bro.
Well, in Ravenswood, we had a Halloween event. Had a bunch of pumpkins painted. Gave out some candies. Gave out a raffle. My little girl won a laptop.
Awesome.
They had a few people in costumes. Had some music, a DJ, a performer.
Okay.
We just had a great time. And to be honest, it was no violence that day.
Awesome. Who sponsored the event?
It was Justice for All, and me and Lorenzo actually did it.
Okay. Who are you?
Well,
the infamous.
Come on, man.
Well, I guess I'm that guy,
There you go.
I'm that guy.
Man, you are that guy. Okay.
But we try to do a lot of things for the children or the community, period. Yeah. Trying to keep the building real poor.
Right.
We don't have that lately, especially in this generation.
That's what's up.
So you have any upcoming events happening?
I mean, to
Anything?
be honest, I want to see if my next event could be for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I want to do one every month, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, we need this.
If you do the Thanksgiving event, what are you gonna do?
I mean, I want to give out some turkeys and candy yams, of course. I love me some candy yams.
Is that your phone stand with the comeback? Who's got the volume up? Someone's volume up. I'm hearing me talk 3 times. Yeah, that was Stan. Yeah, so go ahead.
You know what? He ain't in the seat, but he's still present.
He's still
That's
present.
Stan the man.
The ghost of Stan.
The ghost of Stan is in the
But-
building. Halloween spirit.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, like, what would your event be
Yes.
like?
So I'm gonna give out. I mean, I want to give out turkeys.
Okay.
Some candy yams. I love me some candy yams. I think everybody should love some candy yams. And but I want to have like. I'm still trying to figure out what kind of event I want to do. I'm thinking about like a dodgeball tournament. I want to do a dodgeball tournament. You know, for young adults, adolescents, kids.
Dodgeball tournament. I like
yes.
that.
And it's probably be too cold for some bob and apple contests. People have their own bowls.
COVID
Right.
though. COVID.
Yeah.
No, people have their own bowls.
Oh, okay.
And whoever take out the most apples,
Out of their own bowl. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
I mean, I
Going
don't want
old
people
school.
sharing bowls.
Going old school.
I mean, the whole bobbing for the apple thing was. I'm gonna tell you something real crazy about that. It's actually an Irish thing, right? Because Halloween is actually an Irish holiday, right? It started in Ireland with the Irish centuries ago, and it was either a goddess or a deity that they worshipped that was the deity of the apple, and the bobbing for the apple thing came from that tradition. That's what that was about. Just to give you a little history about bobbing for apples.
Oh, that was
Anyway.
a great enlightenment.
Anyway, I'm
great
not going to
enlightenment.
even elaborate because if you was here for the whole Avenue story, anyway.
Well, that was a great history lesson, but I mean, I'm
You
doing
know
it
what?
for some fun.
Vet
children.
rock sometimes, people.
Go ahead, vet me. Vet me.
Check
Google it.
out.
Go ahead and vet
Yeah,
me.
check it out. Check it out.
That's it.
Because rock, woo.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
I make it sound good, baby. I make it sound good. So, Saundrea, what was your week like? What was going on? What was happening with you? I seen you active. You were doing your activist thing.
Yeah. So, the birthday was great. Stan and I shot the Power Talk, M24 News, and Millennium TV.
Nice.
So that was great. Shout out to our producers, Stu and Kim.
Yep. Okay.
They gave me a beautiful centerpiece, which was really, really pretty. We were going to try to leave it on the set, but it was kind of in the way a little bit, so I took some pictures afterwards. And then one of my brothers in Christ, Brandon, he took from Young Life, he took me to lunch on the day after, on
Where'd you go
that
eat?
Tuesday. We went to the Mansion Diner, not too far from Carl Schutz Park, one of my little favorite spots.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to the Mansion Diner.
Yeah, word up.
Yeah, so.
Another place.
Yeah, and yeah. When you spoke, you know the place.
I
We're
know
not
the
gonna go.
place.
Yeah, you know the place a little too well.
I do.
So he took me there for lunch. I had my little fun pizza burger that I like. Then moving on, and so I also did on that day, that Tuesday, because he took me lunch on Tuesday. The birthday was Monday. I did PPE giveaway with Council Member Ben Kalos and the Isaac Center. So that was great to do. And and we gave away some transistor radios and some things.
They still have those?
He had some in the office. His staff went and got some things. And,
Transistor
yeah,
radio.
they were cute people. They went like hotcakes. I think it was like a box and small box, and they went like hotcakes.
Okay,
So,
nice.
I also like to say a big shout out to the Isaac Center for the robocall blast, because we did the seniors to polls on Thursday. Okay. So we were out there, the Homesizer Coalition. We were trying to get residents that wanted to vote. And seniors are handicapped, so we were reaching out to them, but they did the robocall blast. And the funny thing was to hear the robocall blast when it came to my phone. It goes, if you want to reserve your spot, call Saundrea at, and I just got a kick out of that. So that was like real cool. And they supplied snacks and everything like that.
I want to elaborate on that real quick. How is the voting thing going?
It's going.
How's the drive going?
It's going great. We still do voter registration drives as well, but we had 2 buses on Thursday, and it was at different times. So we had one that left at 9:30, and we had one scheduled for 1 p.m. and we had one for 4 p.m. We wound up canceling the 4 p.m. because of the rain. Some people was hesitant, and I get that. One lady was like, "I'm 81 years old. I can't be standing." I said, "Listen, You're not going to stand on line. We will hold your spot," and so forth like that. So with that said, a few people didn't, so we wound up canceling our 4 p.m. Event, which was fine. And we The bus was nice. It was roomy, with social distance practicing and stuff like that. But I want to say a shout out to Solutions Now that helped us with this initiative, Homes Isaac Coalition and the Isaac Center, all in partnership. And this is how we were able to get seniors to the polls. And lastly, I would just say that yesterday we had a Halloween event coming off that big fun family fall day that we had the week before the Homes Isaac Coalition. We gave candy to the kids, and it was just a real fun event. We did that from 1 to 3 p.m. And shout out to my Upper East Side family as we do, our regular vigil. It'll be 153 days today. 153 days today. 153 days today.
150. Oh wait, I got to hit you with that. Sorry.
I'm saying it over and over like 153 days.
I know. I was getting something set up on the side.
And I see you too, so I'm like, so that's basically it. And shout out to Rebecca Lamort, because she showed up for that event as well. She's always supportive. She's District 5 City Council candidate. And what she did was she bought 50 pumpkins for this event, which was nice. She bought 50 pumpkins, and and she was dressed as Dorothy. And also her dog was dressed as you saw it, right, as a monkey, a flying monkey. So it was just a successful event. So that was my week.
Okay. So I'm going to shoot this over to Stan. Mr. Morse.
Yes.
What was your week like, brother?
Man.
First, I'm going to give a big shout out to Mike and Lorenzo. They did a really, really incredible job in Ravenswood with the Halloween event, and also the Sugar Ray. He had his Halloween event also in Queensbridge. So I was able to stop by both of those events and see young kids having a good time in costumes and families and such. So it was really, really good. But unfortunately, on the sad side of things, they still have no gas at 104 Astoria Boulevard. So we was out there with Carolyn Maloney, as well as Monica Morales and Shantae Austin and Miss Koga, the resident council president, and really trying to find out when is this gas going to come on. So we were doing that. And one of the more interesting things this week is that NYCHA has announced a pilot program, where they're going to now in Queensbridge, Ravenswood, and Astoria, where Justice for All organizes, they want to initiate a pilot program where they're going to actually put workers in the manager's office. Okay. So now there's going to be plumbers and electricians and all of that inside the manager's office, which is what we've been crying for and fighting for quite some time. And this is as a result of the letters of complaints that so many NYCHA residents in Queensbridge and Astoria and Ravenswood have submitted. So we're actually having an impact, where NYCHA's feeling like they have to respond to all these letters of complaints, So now the goal is going to be to make sure that they really do this work. There's too many times we've gone down to the management office to get the simplest repairs done.
Wow.
Then they got to send a ticket. Then the ticket goes to 250 Broadway, and it goes all the way around. And by the time the work gets done, if it ever gets done, it's weeks and months down the road. So we're going to push that project to make sure that they expand it. Not just in Queensbridge and Ravenswood and Astoria, but it gets expanded throughout the entire city, which will get NYCHA residents some of the repairs that they've been fighting for so long. So I want to see how that program goes. Big shout out to Carolyn Maloney. She's been very instrumental in pushing it. So we believe that we can have some progress. But even with the program being initiated, we're still going to have our lawsuit against NYCHA, against those developments, Ravenswood, Astoria, and as well as Queensbridge. That'll be happening next month. And then our rally that was supposed to be this past Thursday, the rally for those who have been striking, has been canceled. It was canceled because of the weather. So we're going to be doing it this coming Friday.
Reschedule.
We reschedule. Because cancel's the wrong word. Yeah. So we reschedule.
Cancel is no more.
Right. We don't cancel.
Right. Reschedule.
Until they cancel it. Right. So we're going to do it Friday in front of 250 Broadway. Right. We want folks to come out and support those who were choosing to go on strike. And I do want to say, big shout out to the residents in 104 Astoria Boulevard. They're going on strike.
Okay.
They decided since the gas is not on, they're like, we're not going to pay any rent anymore. Yeah. So we organized with them. Big shout out to Lorenzo Brea, who knocked on every door in that building and got them to sign, onto a petition to say
Yeah.
that they want to do this. We explained to them what their rights are. We also explained to them what their obligations are and what Justice for would be responsible for. So we had a very good talk, and we're going to organize with them again this week to really get them going. So now we have a building going on strike, and I think that if you're not getting gas, if you're not having a decent place to live, then why should you pay your rent?
Yeah.
So that's where we are. We're gonna have the big rally again on Friday.
Okay.
So everybody in New York, please come on out and support.
New
Let's
York.
make some noise.
NYC.
Let's make some noise and let them know that we coming for NYC. And we can win.
Yeah.
And we can win. We don't always have to lose. The residents have power, and we're gonna win. So NYCHA, look out. We coming for you. We're gonna change it.
And you know what's so sad? When residents do not have gas, things like that, you have to fight for an abatement of your rent.
Right.
It should be automatic, but we
People
know
should
how
be
they
in jail.
do. Yeah,
People
but
just
we
should be
know
in
how
jail.
they do,
That's
and
right.
it's sad. And I'm just glad that the residents are going to strike, and hold on, and we're definitely going to support them because it's what I believe past
We're
Thanksgiving,
going on,
right? They're talking about
beyond Thanksgiving, probably beyond
That's
Christmas.
what they passed, yeah.
Right, and
no telling when.
no telling when.
Yeah.
It's like indefinite. And
Yeah.
you're right about that. They give
a shame.
abatements to billionaires when they want to build something, but why can't a resident
Yeah,
who's
you
going
gotta
through this
fight
not get
for
an
it.
abatement?
It should be automatic.
Absolutely.
It should be
Absolutely.
automatic. Just like
100%.
the cable company will give you
A
some,
credit.
some type of credit because
Right.
that's what it is, right? So give it.
Right.
I'm gonna real quick. I'm just gonna hit the room because I
Okay.
didn't see a couple of things. Cynthia's there. Cynthia's like, "Hey, Carmen." Cynthia's there. Oh, yes, Dan. Okay. Hey, One Nycha. What's up? What is that? What's that? Manello? Oh, that's Manny.
Manny.
Manny, what's going on?
All
All
right.
right, no doubt. Manny's in the building. Okay.
What's up?
Kalu Borden's in the building. Okay. All right, cool. So, without further ado, because we've been doing way too much talking,
Yes.
because I have a special guest today. And as I always, and like she is like citywide famous Nycha hero, right? That's who she is. Oh, listen, you're well known. Listen, I heard about you before I knew you, without a doubt. So without further ado, special guest, please introduce yourself. Go.
Hi, I'm Carmen Quinones.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
Welcome.
Welcome to the show, Carmen.
All right.
So let's talk. Let's chop it up. So I hear you got some big things going on, some stuff that you want to do.
Well, definitely, there are some stuff that we really want to get done. I think most of all, I really want to talk about all of us, and I mean all of us, standing up and denouncing the gun violence within our development.
Yes.
Okay, I think that's first and foremost right now.
Yeah.
Too many of our children are dying.
Yeah.
And they're killing each other. And no one is addressing that. And we definitely have to address it. We're the mothers, the fathers, and the grandmothers. And we got to, stand up and say, we got to call a truce.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but we have to call a truce.
Can you share how many you lost in Douglas?
Oof.
At
We,
least since
listen,
the pandemic.
it's been over 10.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
People
because
shot.
of the rivalry that is within the other developments, and that has to stop. And I think that once we come out, I am reaching out to a lot of the retired blood members,
Okay.
King members, that are doing well with their lives and don't agree with what is going on.
Right.
And I'm reaching out to them so they can come out and stand with us.
Okay.
And say enough is enough, because
That's
it
right.
seems to me that that's all these kids know, right? So we have to definitely stand up and fight back.
That's
Right
good.
on.
And most of all, save our children.
That's important.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Running.
it's ironic because someone actually suggested to me the other day that we actually would bring an actual ex-Latin King member on, and they call him like the gang whisperer, right?
Yes.
I forgot his name, but he,
We should do
you
that.
know, he really talks to like the gangs and tries to get them
Right.
to get out of that life. So it's kind of ironic that I had that conversation earlier this week, and then boom, here you are with
Yeah.
it right now.
Well, it's real. I mean, I have 19 grandkids, right?
Oh, congratulations.
10 great grand and 2 more on the way. So this is dear and deep to me because I want my children to be able to come to Douglas and come and visit me, right? And not fear for their lives.
Right.
Yeah.
And
right.
so most of our children are fearing for their lives whenever they go in. And then this is not only in Douglas, it's everywhere.
Right, yeah.
Everywhere.
Right? Oh, you from Douglas, you from Grant, you from and here it is, they shoot you down. What is that?
Yeah.
So, while we keep saying Black Lives Matter, we need to say our children matter right now.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
hear
big
that.
it's really big. I mean, there's
a difference to that too. There's a difference to
there's
that.
a
So I'm not,
big-
I'm big on BLM. So
I'm big on BLM too.
Yeah.
But right now, we have to definitely get to our children. We have to.
I got to tell you, your conversation right now has lit the chat room up. Right? You got Claudia. She's like, Washington is on deck with this.
Yeah, they
you
are.
have Gregory that has worked in the past. Claudia getting ramped up for the rollout. Claudia's radical.
That's my baby girl.
And Kyle says, it's Kim. I'm with you on that, Carmen, because in Jefferson houses, we have heavy gang presence.
Can I speak to something though?
Yeah.
Can I speak to something? Because I know some people say that, okay, so if you're speaking about, if we say Black Lives Matter, because I am an organizer, UES for BLM, and I've been, doing this work. And sometimes people say, well, if you saying Black Lives Matter, but what about the children and stuff like that, right? But there's work to be done on all sides.
That's
like,
right, that's right.
so don't
so.
knock what's being done, through Black Lives Matter.
No, what I think is
I'm
that
not
Black
speaking
Lives
to-
Matter should come in.
But what I'm saying
We
is,
need them.
but what I'm saying, but if you ever went to one of the marches,
Yes, I have.
You're hearing Black Lives Matter, you're hearing Black Children Matter. I mean, everything is said, but there's room and there's work to be done on all ends, right?
Very much so.
So it's not that what BLM is doing does not fit what's going on and
Right.
With
Fit
the
the
gun
mold.
violence, right? Because everybody could start movements. You know what I'm saying? But is a lot of, I guess, because the BLM, the main focus is the police violence, and I think people have a problem with that. But if you really know the history of police and the slave patrol, you understand how we are over
Definitely
policed
do.
and so forth
Yes, you
like
do.
that.
Absolutely.
Yes,
So,
you do.
but
Must
yeah, I
agree.
mean, but we call out everything. We call out the children. We called Tamir Rice. People didn't know about Edmund Perry from Harlem.
Yep,
You know
remember
that
that
died. I think the year after Eleanor Bumpers, 85. So
yeah.
we keep it.
I
We
was
keep
with
we
Eleanor.
keep it going. So yeah. But there's room for everything.
Yeah, well, now the room has got to be focused on our children. That's all I'm saying. Until we stop the gang war, we're not progressing, as far as I'm concerned.
Right.
If we're not saving our children, we're not progressing. We're not doing anything right.
Right.
And for us, not for me, I'll talk for me, right?
Right, of course.
For me, I would rather die fighting for my children than anything else, right? And so right now, the only thing that we can do and should do, and I'm talking about fathers, mothers, grandmothers, we all need to be out here.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, because these are all
Yeah.
of our children, and there's no one better than the other. We all have to stand up and say enough is enough. And if you got to grab your kid by the ear, you got to grab him by the ear. Because I
That's how I was
remember
done
when they
back in the
grabbed
day.
me by the
Yeah,
ear
that's
years
how I was
ago.
done. When I was a kid, that's how I was done.
And my
That's how I
mother
was
didn't
done.
say nothing. My mother said thank you.
Yeah,
right?
right.
Now you could barely do
Oh,
that.
you
with
get
these
beat
children,
down.
you
You
know?
touch somebody's
So
kids.
those are the things
Yeah.
we read. That's why I'm
So-
It
saying.
used to take a village.
Make sure
It
you
used to
always
take a
talking to the mic, Carmen. Make sure you always
used to take
talking
a
to the
village.
mic.
Always talking to the mic?
Always
I can
talking to the
hear
mic.
myself.
Because I see you kind of having a natural conversation. You're like, yeah, girl.
She leaning back in the chair. She comfortable.
But we in our living room. We
She's
in the living room.
comfortable, yeah.
That's how it should be.
So
Absolutely.
Carmen, what I
Absolutely.
wanted to ask you is, because we just kind of jumped into the conversation.
No problem.
What organization do you represent? What is your
Occupy Nycha, babe.
Occupy Nature? Okay, you
Occupy
part of
Nature.
that. That's your crew. That's you and Manny.
Manny, Cynthia, we got quite a few of them. We got quite a few.
Okay.
Quite a few. You have John Johnson also was in there. You got Ronald's also a part of it. But the main characters,
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Right?
the main characters.
And the characters
Hi,
indeed.
Manny.
Yeah. He was great on the show.
But yeah,
Yes,
I
you
know
are.
they were. I know they were.
Well phenomenal.
They all rock for themselves. Believe me.
Yeah,
Everybody
nah,
got
strong,
something.
very strong personalities. Really knowledgeable. Cynthia was the first one that kind of chimed in on the show, and she was on the show, and she would like
First
say
guest,
stuff.
first guest from
Yeah, she was the
One
first guest
Nycha,
from One
yeah.
Nycha.
That's my I call her my investigator.
Oh yeah,
Whenever I want to know something, go
Yeah.
investigate. That girl gets down and
yeah.
dirty.
She was always popping in information. She's like, no, this is what's going on.
Yes.
She is like an investigator. And,
They
and she
all
was
kicking
great.
it. They all kicking it.
So I hear we have big news going on with you on the political scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna be running for city council.
Oh, listen,
All right,
yeah.
give it a beat. Give it a beat.
Oh wait, behind that, I gotta give you the beat.
Ow.
Go Carmen. Go Carmen.
Yeah, I
Get her
gotta give you the
moving. Get
beat
her
on that
moving.
one.
You gave her the beat, but was she on camera? Give her the beat again. Let
Oh
her
yeah,
move.
because you're moving right here
Let
to
her
the
move.
beat.
Let her move. Go ahead.
Move to the
There you
beat,
go.
right?
That's right. And
All right, that's right. One Nycha.
So congratulations.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
So you're
about
gonna be-
time.
That's I mean,
Yeah,
I love it.
exactly. Right.
It's
yeah.
about time.
Yeah.
I really believe that it's time for people in New York City Housing Authority to take their rightful chairs.
That's right.
We've been out here and we've been doing everybody's work,
That's right.
and enough is enough of that.
That's right.
You know, our people are dying. Lead is everywhere. Mold
Oh,
is
Lord.
everywhere. New York City Housing Authority is the biggest slumlord.
Yes.
The mayor needs to go to jail.
Yes. Yes.
And a lot of people need to go to jail. And none of them are
I
going to
agree.
jail. Had
I
it been
concur.
me or you, we would have been under
Of course.
jail.
100%.
Of course.
That's right.
Okay? And,
No bail.
no bail. You got that right.
That's right. Call it
But
out.
yeah, enough is enough.
Yeah.
You know, every day you see something on TV. You know, there's always a child being diagnosed. We're talking now, and our children are being diagnosed with lead.
Yeah.
And I think that it's a crime, and I don't see why people ain't going to jail.
I'm sorry. There's still lead in
Oh,
there.
yes. Big time.
Really?
Oh,
Queens-
huge.
Queens
Over
got it too.
9,000.
Yeah, huge.
Queens
Yeah.
Huge.
What?
Let me
No,
tell
it's
you
a
something.
huge problem.
9,000 so identified,
It's
but
huge.
still got to be more.
It's way more than that.
Yeah.
Sweetie,
Way more
they
than
have
that.
not even started.
Exactly.
No, they
They're not
haven't.
telling you what it really
No,
is.
it's
Yeah.
way more than
These
that.
people are
Sad.
trifling.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They trifling. And they're killing us like it's okay.
Yeah.
And that's
Literally.
not okay.
That's not okay.
All right? When it
Like-
comes to our seniors and when it comes to our children, they are definitely being abused.
So they're killing us with the environment,
Exactly.
Yeah.
basically, because now
Yeah.
you're in the environment. You're in
Hazardous
the
living. Hazardous
Right?
living.
Yeah.
Listen, they will not fix these apartments. It is their way of letting them fall apart so that they can do what they want.
The rag conversions.
And the
Those
rag conversions and the pack conversion
Rag.
and now the blueprint, you know, right? As a matter of fact, let me get into this.
Please do.
Because I wrote a letter not only to the elected officials but to Greg Russ, and then this letter.
And please lean into the mic as close as you can get and comfortable. I want them to
Okay,
hear this.
Rock the mic.
And it says, "Dear honorable elected officials, as well as Greg Russ, the resident councils for Castle Hill. I'm not going to even name them. 10 different developments of
Okay.
public housing developments have been meeting for the last several months to discuss the options for these developments for their collective future. On a combined basis, we represent approximately 15,000 units of public housing and about 28,000 residents. Most of these individuals are committed to the life and the welfare of our communities, the places where we live and we want to thrive. Over the decades, the New York City Housing Authority has attempted to provide us with a basic standard of housing. Many issues have prevented NYCHA from providing even a minimal standard of living for our families. The combination of burdensome bureaucracy, competing priorities, and the sheer scope of maintenance and upkeep, and along with the resulting violations and essential deficiencies, continue to manifest in our housing developments. The city and NYCHA are right to want to redefine public housing in New York City. This process, however, must include the residents of those developments
Yes.
and what they want out of the process. As your constituents, we have been discussing the failure of NYCHA to provide even the most basic level of housing with you for years. As your constituents, we ask that you support us in this effort As the resident leadership of our public housing developments, our primary concern is to our fellow residents. However, if public housing is to survive as a form of affordable housing and become operationally and financially viable, public housing needs to incorporate, on a fundamental basis, guidance and direction from the residents themselves. Far too long, the residents of public housing in New York City have been ignored and treated as second-class citizens.
Yeah.
Indeed, it appears that individuals and families who are part of the homeless shelter program seem to live under better circumstances throughout the city. While it is the goal of some of the residents to leave the projects, not all residents want to go. Many residents want to stay within the neighborhood even if their social economic status or family structures change. The design of public housing should not be as low income, but rather affordable housing for public. Whether people decide to stay or move away should be a choice that they have as a function of their advancement of careers, and not because they are automatically this is disqualifies based upon their income levels. We intend to evaluate and rethink our development. You don't have any water right here? Jesus!
Mike, I'll text Mike to you.
Yeah, tell Mike to come on and get you.
Somebody bring us some water.
Yeah.
We intend to evaluate
Go ahead.
and rethink our developments. One, make better use of existing space. Two, reconsider unit alignment and configuration to redevelop, right-size our units, and appropriate for our residents' profiles to better reflect their needs and a minimum standard of quality, and consider opportunities to offer ownership interests of these sites. NYCHA has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in personnel to contend with issues such as quality compliance and daily operations. These management structures have not been effective. What is significant is the residents getting together and investing in their own development. The concept of cooperative apartments owned by the residents fits into the mindset of many of our residents. It will contribute to both the operational and financial stability of the development. It is also our intention to develop small town centers where appropriate within the free space of our developments to provide additional and diversified revenues in support of a daily operation of the development. The upshot of this is to establish the following. A, the stability of the development financially and operationally. B, provide a stable environment for the existing population. C, enable the resident population access to ownership opportunities which significantly contribute to the operational and financial stability of the developments. To accomplish this, we are bringing an operational and financial consultants, engineering, and architect firms, along with a legal firm with expertise in public housing developments to assist us and in the following matters. My mouth is dry as hell.
The water's coming, the water's coming.
We got water coming.
We got you.
We want to get you out. We want to get you out of
We
the
got you.
desert.
That porch, you porch.
Wow.
She's
So,
porched.
one, the creation of a formal cooperative structure to effectively manage, borrow, develop individual projects as appropriate and as needed. Two, establishment of a formal maintenance structure which will provide us the appropriate prioritization relative to issues as pertains to the management of a day-to-day operation of the building structure. Add on to NYCHA's planning a document to determine the best type of redevelopment process and select the type of developer necessary to fully and appropriately develop the properties, which in turn would enable a level of social efficiency and minimize subsidization associated with public housing. 4, through the assistance of NYCHA and related city, state, and federal agencies, secure the appropriate capital necessary to redevelop the individual projects. We believe that on a county basis, Manhattan, Bronx, and Queens, economies of scale associated with the combination of all three projects will enable us to achieve some savings despite the distance between the various projects. And as a final thought, we recognize the political nature of this process. It has become extraordinarily clear to us that, as it is the case with many other elements of society, we must take action on our own and determine our fates instead of waiting for the good liberal establishment to take notice of our situation and engage in meaningful action. As such, please cease any action that you may be undertaking to place our developments in public trust and outsourcing our developments for growth to any outside developer. To do so otherwise will result in us taking legal action against any such activities. Indeed, we would like to meet with you to explain our position on a more granular level. To that end, we will call you to arrange for such a meeting. In the meantime, please do not hesitate to contact me. Any questions you may have. Yours sincerely, Carmen Quinones, Resident Council, Occupy Nycha.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
All right. Read the letter almost in entirety without the development.
If I knew that you were going to do a whole speech, I'd have had some water for you. I didn't know.
I was supposed to have water for me anyway. Don't let me try it.
I had the whole thing. I gotta ask you something, right? I gotta ask you something. Because, I've asked all your counterparts the same question, right? And by the way, Manny's in the room, and he says NYCHA receives approximately $3 billion annually, approximately $1 billion public housing for 170,000 units, over $1 billion in rent revenue, $1 billion. What is that? Hold on, I gotta take my glasses off. $1 billion in Section 8 choice vouchers for approximately 10,000 vouchers. This is why they want to convert to Section 8 because, damn, man, you wrote a lot. Man, I can't read it all.
But with that, it takes our privileges, and it takes a lot from us, and we can't afford that.
Got you.
You know what I mean?
So my question to you is, you were on the RNC thing, correct? You were a participant in it. Maybe not a willing participant, but you were a participant.
I was a willing participant, honey.
Okay. So tell me, were you properly represented on that?
None of us were properly represented. They cut it. They weren't supposed to cut it. I asked them to actually pull it because they had cut everything that we were talking about. Okay,
right. Mm-hmm.
They did not say anything that we had talked about. Mm-hmm. Manny shouldn't have even been on there because Manny did not give his okay.
Okay.
All right. They were supposed to show Claudia. They were supposed to show us all the final cut. Mm-hmm. I saw the final cut. I liked the first one. Then about 3 hours before that, I was called that the president wanted to cut some of it because he had an opera singer. So when
the president of the United States.
Yes, darling.
Okay.
So then once I saw the final cut, I really told Lynn, I said, Lynn, no, you need to pull it. It's not good.
Okay.
And they threw her under the bus. Her own party threw her.
Oh, did they?
They threw her under the bus. Yes, they did.
They was like,
but in all honesty, let me tell you something. When the thank you so much.
Some good water.
Hold it, y'all.
Thank you, Mike.
Look at that, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
We ain't bring her no Poland Spring Jack.
Thank you, Chulo.
No, go ahead. Get it.
Oh, God.
Keep going.
So, really,
you had to get some.
When I was approached with the project,
you sound better.
I guess so.
Reading that letter took a lot too, right? It wasn't like bouncing off a conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
She had to one page to another. But
Yes. So, because this is actually a proposition, right? And this proposition, we're putting it to all presidents.
Okay.
And I'm going to send everyone one. And all you have to do, I hope that everyone is 501c3. If you're 501c3, fine. If you're not, you need to get 501c3. But with this, what you do is you engage your residents, tell your residents all about it, how they want to, who wants to go, who wants ownership, and you get your development to sign the petition that this is what they want.
Okay.
And then you call Occupy Nycha, and we got you.
So this is an opportunity for residents to own their apartments.
Yes. What we want to do actually is stop them from doing what they do.
With the whole
Right?
RAD
With the
blueprint.
whole RAD and blueprint, right? So if you take your development out of it, they would have to answer you. They can't just come in. And that's all we're saying.
Okay.
That's what we're saying. Now, I'm hoping that One Nycha and Occupy Nycha can come together and make this happen as a one, because we all need to be together for real. I can't wait for you to run for president, lady, of your development. But anyway, that's another story. Yes, you better run.
Yes,
We gonna get her going.
So anyway, let me get back to
Thank
the
you, though.
RNC.
Speaking
Yeah.
in existence.
The RNC, when they approached me with it, I prayed on it. I even called my pastor on it. I called my godmother. But I really, really prayed on it. Because I was in Hurricane Maria. I almost died there. So when they approached me with Trump, the ghetto came out of me, really. That's why I had to pray. Because I said, man, if I go over there, maybe I could just, tell this nigga off. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I am, right? I read you, right?
I heard about you.
So, and I'm like, wow, right? But, I went to my pastor.
Okay.
And I sat down and I told him exactly, Saundrea, I told him exactly how I was. I said, Pastor, I'm not in a good place. I really want to hurt this man. I don't like him. And Pastor says, you know what? You need to pray on it, and you're the president. And the reality is that it's not about Carmen.
Okay.
It's not about Carmen. It's about the 3,000 residents that I have. And so that's why I did it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gave you some tissue just in case.
And that's, go
Thank
ahead.
you.
But that's real.
That's because, let me tell you, when you have seniors, and I know you know what I'm talking about, because it happens to you all the time too. But when you have seniors depending on you, when you have people literally depending on you, it's heavy. It's a heavy load to carry. And we carry this all day long, every day long, 24 hours a day. Every president. So that's why I'm so set on running for city council, because I'm tired of doing everybody's job.
Now, is it a district? Is it city council district or city council?
Yeah, District 7. It used to be Mark Levine's seat.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his seat.
That's who it is right now.
Yes.
Okay, that's who it.
He's terming out?
He's running for I think he's running for board president.
Okay.
That's what he's
Okay.
running
Him and
for.
Ben Kalos.
Okay, so he's bumping up.
My district.
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like Kalo.
So I
like
gotta answer the $1 million question. I ask every candidate that comes on. Will you be taking any finances, any funding from developers, private, none of that? So it's strictly grassroots from the ground up with the people.
That's it, baby.
All right,
that's what counts.
I mean, I personally think, once again, and I've said it on the show, and I just want to say, number one, I'm glad that a lot of Nycha residents, and we've had a few that are coming on, and they're running for office. Because you remember, I was saying, listen, if we can get one person from every development to run for city council, we can, something can happen. You know what I'm saying?
It's so long overdue, and the reality is that I really believe that we can do right by our people, and we need to do right by them, because nobody else is.
So how's
it's
your,
like you don't live there, so how do you know?
so
How
how's
do
your,
you
how's
feel?
your, how's your, exactly? How's your fundraising going? How's that happening?
So far, so good. It's going. It's moving.
Okay.
You know, it's moving.
So
We
I'm-
still
I'm-
need
I'm-
more. We still
I'm-
need more.
I'm putting the charge out
you know,
right now.
We definitely need that money. You know what I'm saying?
I'm putting the charge out right now
can they
because
donate?
there's a lot of NYCHA residents that listen to this show, right? And they tell someone, and they tell someone, and I'm telling you all, here's the deal: Carmen Quinones is running. Y'all need to give $1. All of y'all in NYCHA need to give $1.
Yes.
$10.
Right?
It's $10 and up. $10 and up.
Stop with that dollar.
I'm sorry.
For your $10 is $8.
So here's the deal.
right.
They match it by 8.
All y'all need to give up $10. There's enough of y'all in the NYCHA to support Carmen's campaign, and also Claudia's running. You know, like we need to do this
District
from
leader, yeah.
within because we can do this from within.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We got to invest in our future. We got to stop letting people come to your development that ain't from your development and talking about, we going to help you. I'm going to do this. I'm listening to you. And then they never come back once you get them elected.
Let me
That's
tell
right.
you,
That's
actually,
right.
let me tell you, I've been so blessed. God is just such a good God.
Come on now.
I have been, I've gotten in just like a week, I have gotten over 55 different donations, and I'm talking about seniors.
Wow.
Seniors.
Wow, give us some.
Okay.
You know what I'm
give it
saying?
Give it that beat.
Fixed
Just
income.
seniors,
Fixed
and they're
income,
still
yeah.
coming, and they still coming. You know, because
You
you
take
know
care
your
of
work.
it. You take care of them. They see it. They
Right.
see. They know
Right.
it.
We
they
all
know they
take care.
love.
That's
yeah.
one thing about NYCHA residents.
Yeah.
We take care
Yeah.
of each other.
Yeah.
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 And at this point, the way this is going with not only NYCHA, but all of housing is in trouble.
Yeah.
Mitchell-Lamas, everybody's in
Oh, yeah.
trouble.
Yep.
This is not only a NYCHA. We all need to be together in this
Yeah.
movement.
Yeah.
A
Okay,
powerful
this is not
citywide
this is
tenant
not
movement.
just a NYCHA movement. It should be all of housing because they coming after everybody.
Yeah.
Trust that,
They are.
right?
They are.
So we really need to start that movement, but hopefully with God got the doors open. He sees what's happening. So we need to start slapping the local elections is what really counts,
Yeah.
and we need to start paying attention
Yep.
to those
2021.
local
2021,
races.
yep.
Because let me tell you something, it ain't cool to just keep voting for someone that just gives you a block of cheese, man.
Right.
Yeah.
That ain't cool, yo.
That
You
ain't
worth
cool.
more than a block of cheese.
Jeez, that's right.
You know, and they
100%.
figure they can come and they can do that and see you later and take a later for that photo op. What you gonna do for me?
Right. 100%.
Where's it at?
100%.
What you gonna do for me? Because if you ain't doing nothing for me, get out my face.
That's right.
So I'm gonna ask you also, right? Because we talk about NYCHA, but as a candidate, right? What would be your take on like the educational platform for the children, right?
Oh God.
And the schools, and how are the schools in your district? I mean, what's happening?
We're actually well, a lot of my kids are in Success Academy, and but we really have to get better with the education part. They're not taking care of our children. I know most of the children that don't have laptops or Wi-Fi, and they're lacking in the internet. And the biggest thing I think is a lot of our artistic children. Artistic children are not being given mostly what they need, and we need to be looking into that on the educational front. So when it comes to education, you should know I'm a big girl there, man. I got too many grandkids. I ain't got no choice.
Right,
You know, but we gotta fix that up, and we gotta fix it up. The only way we're gonna fix it is by getting rid of the mayor.
The incumbent, right? The
Blasio's
mayor.
got to go.
Yeah,
De
he's
Blasio's
done.
got to go. De Blasio has hurt so many people.
Should be impeached.
And no, he needs to go to jail. Later for that impeachment, he needs to go to jail because what he's done is a crime.
Yes.
And for him to let Shola go the way she went, and now she
Not
works
illegal.
for a law firm, rather a real estate firm. I mean, it was under her watch. They forged all of these. Yo, dude.
Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it. Speak on it.
You know,
Let her-
people
let her
need
rip
to go to
Carmen.
jail,
Right,
man.
right.
When
Talk
is that
about
gonna
it.
happen?
Yeah.
And until our elected officials back that up, y'all ain't got nothing to say to me. None of y'all got nothing to say to me, cause y'all are not holding your end of the bargain. And your bargain was that if we voted for you, you were gonna do what you had to do for us, and you're not doing it.
Yeah.
We
That's right.
still don't have no gas. We still don't got no heat. Where the hell are you? Where the hell are you?
Comfortable
The
at
only
home.
one you see is Saundrea, Claudia, Manny, Stan, and me. No, we're not elected, and we're not getting paid.
Right, 100%.
Right, that's right.
$400,000. Yo, my brother. Really?
Right.
Let her
Really?
rip, Carmen. Let her rip.
Really?
Yes.
You getting all this money like that, and we're living under the conditions that we're living.
Yeah.
Everyone needs to take a paycheck.
Yeah.
They need to cut their paycheck. They need to, as a matter of fact, they need to.
Goes back to that.
Yeah,
that I
qualified
call for
immunity,
that
They need to,
right?
they
qualified
really,
immunity.
why are
To
people
abolish
getting
it.
paid?
You have
I
to
don't
abolish
understand. You have a schedule. You have a skeleton office. Because management offices are now skeleton, right?
Yeah.
They've been skeleton for a good while, right? You know, if you're a good president, then you're gonna get what you get. You know, you could get what you have to for your resident.
Right.
But what if you're not?
Right.
Right? And what about the presidents that are on the take? Let's be real about it.
Let's be real. Talk about
Okay,
it.
how many presidents are down with Nycha's bull? They've been there too daggone long.
Right.
You know, we need changing of the guards. This is what we need.
Yeah. Talk about it. That's right.
We need changing of the guards.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
they'll sell you out in a second, yo. Get out of here. It's all crazy. The only thing I say, if you elect me, it ain't gonna be like that, yo. We're gonna do this and we're gonna do it now. Because we can't wait anymore.
Right,
There's no waiting anymore. My grandchildren and my children, they can't wait no more. I'm not having it.
Yeah.
I'm not having it. You're not gonna do what you want.
There's something you touched on, and I want to kind of just swing back to that real quick. You spoke about the autistic children, right,
Yes.
in the system, and being a dad of an autistic son. My son is autistic, and I had him in public school, and you know, and I, you know, I was my kid's not autistic, you know, I kind of went through the whole thing, but we had to get him tested, and it came to be this is why he couldn't function in a normal school, right? Now, not everybody had the opportunity that I had to get their kid out of public school and put him in a special school for autistic children. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
For their special needs,
Yeah.
right? Because these children, just to be clear, they're not slow.
No, they're smarter than you
Right.
think, honey.
Exactly.
I got autistic grandchildren.
Right.
And this is dear to me. They're smarter than you think, honey.
100%. So he had to be in an environment to stimulate his mind, to stimulate him so that he could learn, so that he could prosper. But that school cost $60,000 a year. We had to sue the Board of Education and all of this stuff. That was $6,000 a month that had to be paid out, right?
And
So
what are the low income parents doing?
right, exactly. So since we have a real high autistic level in the black community,
Yes, we do.
these programs need to be instituted in the public schools because they cannot function in a normal public situation.
Exactly.
Right? Because they are socially inept. Right? That's what it is. They're socially inept. So they need programs to help them be social, to help them, you know, and to cultivate their talent.
Right.
Because they're very, very talented.
Exactly.
Right.
And they need to be stimulated all the time.
That's right.
Because they're always looking for something to do.
Do.
They're very busy. I mean, Noemi, my granddaughter, oh my God. She's so smart too. This girl is smart. And you know, thank God we you know, she's in different programs, she's in ballet, but everybody can't do that. What about the children that can't?
Right.
What about the parents that can't meet that threshold?
Sure.
What are we doing for them?
Right,
And I'm gonna
right.
tell you something. I know for a fact, I talk to a lot of mothers, especially in public housing, that have autistic kids and cannot afford these programs. They can't. And not only they can't afford it, they don't have the time.
Right. Sure.
So they have to work.
Right.
They have to work. They have to make sure they pay rent.
Yeah.
So where does that type of help come in? I remember when I was growing up, we had social workers, we had counselors,
Yeah.
we even had religious instructions in the schools, you know.
Right.
We don't have none of that. And all of that needs to be brought back. We need to go back to basics in order to make this work, because you can fill our children up with all of these vaccinations and stuff. And let me tell you something, and you know why I know what I'm talking about? Because I got 19 grandkids. Some of them have been vaccinated and some of them have not. And the ones that have not been, that were vaccinated, came out to be autistic.
Wow.
There you go.
And the ones that have not been vaccinated are
fine.
not. are fine. Are fine. And I couldn't believe that. I was like, nah, come on. Nah.
Right.
It's real. It's real. It's real.
I believe
it's real.
I believe it because,
It's real.
And I had a 50-50 shot on that, right? Because my daughter wasn't vaccinated. She's fine. And my son was vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? And I was fighting the vaccination, but mom was like, oh, I was like, nah, don't do it. And the intelligence level, this is what I like about what you said. Because my son said to me one day, he said, Dad, he said, how old are you? I said, I'm 53. He said, okay, so you're 53. He said, so your heart has been beating 14,000 days. I was like, what? Right? So I was like, and he did it off the top of his head.
So smart, I got.
And I said, no way. and I said, damn. I said, boy, oh boy, they do stuff like that.
I'm telling you, man.
And they're very thoughtful and very busy,
Very. I'm telling you, especially my Noemi, she stays so busy. But her mother has, her mother has her everywhere. She has such an excellent mother. My daughter-in-law and my son, they good with her. And she's like, this girl read newspapers. She read better than some grown folks, man. Yeah. And she will debate you.
All right.
She got that from grandmother. She got that from grandma.
She's grandma's fire. So listen, Carmen, we're near the end of the hour, right? And I would love to give you the last word, just whatever you want to say. You know what I'm saying? First of all, it was wonderful having you on the show,
Gotta come back.
And you were well anticipated, I remember we did I think when Claudia first came on the show, some guy calls me up and goes, yeah, I know Carmen Quinones. Right, he's a weird dude. I called Claudia about him, and she knew who the dude was. He's an older dude that's sort of, and I know them, and I was like, well, who's Carmen Quinones? I didn't know who Carmen was yet. You know what I'm saying? So I had to call Claudia. I'm like, who's Carmen? Oh, Carmen. And then she had to explain it. So,
wow.
You were well anticipated. You know what I'm saying? And it was, and I've seen you sometimes in the chat room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really a pleasure to meet you. So
likewise.
Give it to me, go. Last words.
How can people donate to your campaign?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's get that started.
We'll definitely do that. You can actually donate to the campaign on. Just send it to 840 Columbus Avenue, New York, 10025. 15G, Carmen Quinones. But really, what I want to say is this: I'm running because it is time. We need to make sure that God is in the house. And God is very not present right now in these people's lives.
Yeah.
I'm running because I feel the need to make sure that my grandkids are okay. I'm running for my children because I need them to be okay. I'm running for my seniors that depend on me every day. I'm running for our children that need some guidance every day. And so, the same way I swallow my pride to go see our president, I will swallow my pride to make sure that something happens for our people the right way. We have to, this is the only way that I can say, I'm here. I've always been here. For 35 years, I've done this. 35 years, I've been on the forefront and taking the slaps. And it's okay, because look at what they did to Jesus Christ. Who am I? All I can say is if you vote for me, you're getting the right candidate, because I'm going to fight for you.
That's it. I will take that.
Goat.
No doubt. Yeah. They call you the ghost. Like, she is the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. I'm trying to tell you.
35 years.
Kind words.
35
and I also appreciate the fact that you didn't curse. I know you came close, though. I heard you use colorful language. I got one nigga out of you. That was okay. I got that. And then it was a bullsh. And then you held back.
Don't you know? Let me tell you something. I've been praying on my mouth. You don't know. I've been praying on my mouth. It's like this life that we lead, all of us. The life that we lead, sometimes it just takes us out of context. It takes us out of our thing because
that
it is so
anger.
real. It's the anger and it's the pressure, and enough is enough.
Right.
You get tired, and I'm tired of being tired. I'm not having it no more. And so sometimes, that comes out. You know, that really comes out. You know, because it's real.
Yeah.
But you know, we try to always put God first, and I've been doing that a lot. So you know.
He'll do it. Won't he do
fault.
it? Won't he do it?
That's right. That's right.
He will do it.
Hey.
Always do it.
Fair enough. Saundrea, anything you want to say about next week?
Just people, please. If
Get out
you
and
have
vote.
not, you know what?
Oh, no.
Isn't this my
I'm sorry.
side, right?
I'm sorry.
Okay, but I
didn't
love
say
you.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Rock said, get out and vote. It's so important. If you haven't already, get out and vote. If there's lines, don't be discouraged. There's going to be people out supporting you because I'm going to have voter support over at Isaac Houses at our center. I am starting at 5:45. Rebecca, listen, 5:45. I know I said 6, 5:45. We will be out there with a table. We're going to be out there from 5:45 to 10, and then I know I'm going to be out there most of the day. So until I have to get to the park to, work with the vigil at 7. So I'm going to be out there. We're going to, have some snacks, whatever we could do, just support the people, some music, keep them encouraged, and, also hold lines for seniors. I had a resident that's 81 years old that called me because she couldn't make the bus when we did the the seniors to the polls. She called me the other day. I missed her call. I wound up calling her back, and she said, asking me again, when is voting? I told her when it is. Well, what time is it? I told her the times. I said, listen. She said, but there's going to be lines. I'm 81 years old. I said, listen. And then there's another lady in the building. I said, listen, I will be in touch with you during the course of the day. If it's no real lines outside, I'm gonna tell you come down.
Right.
If it's short, I'm gonna make sure I'm
But
online.
aren't they putting the disabled and
I
the
don't
elderly
know
first?
what
they should.
yeah,
That's
right,
what they're
right.
supposed
But we
to be doing.
still gotta. But
We
it's
doing
still
it
a
over the
lot
west
of
side.
people that gotta right. But it's still even on the other when we did early, there still was people out there waiting, seniors and disabled. So
They're not supposed to.
Yeah, no, it was just there was it was a separate line at Jackie Robinson.
Oh, okay.
There was a main, but still they come out. So I don't know. And remember, it's not just public housing. It's people from our area that has to come over there.
Yes.
So some people that want to come out. So I told her, even if it's a line, I'll make sure I hold you a spot like we did at Jackie Robinson if we had to. They had to sign holding spots for seniors. So that's gonna be done. And that
That's beautiful.
And lastly, I want to announce that next week we will have Kevin Williams will be in the studio and. What is it, Mike Sr., I don't
Yes.
know, and Craig Booth will join
Craig
us
Booth.
via, Craig what?
Craig Booth.
Right, that's what I
Okay,
said, Craig
okay,
Booth.
okay.
Okay. Via Zoom, and Stan could speak lightly, glaze over what
Sure.
about them.
Well, Kevin Williams and I grew up in Lafayette Gardens, and so did Mike. We're from Lafayette Gardens in Bed-Stuy. And Mike was our basketball coach.
Okay.
He sent
So,
several
Zoom
folks to the
next week.
NBA, several folks to college, myself included.
Okay.
Was able to win a basketball scholarship, due to coaches like Mike. So when we
Right.
talk about Nycha,
Awesome.
you want to show people like him, who's
Yeah.
like an institution and still lives in Lafayette Gardens to this day,
Okay.
and feeds people and all kind of things.
Yeah.
So we want to honor him
Okay.
and really show how great he is.
Awesome.
And Craig Booth has a documentary called Ball Side Middle, which documents basketball
Right.
from 1975 to 1985. I'm
Be a
lucky to
fun
be
show.
a part of the documentary. I had
Yeah.
my little time in that
Yeah.
time as well.
Awesome show.
So we should have a good show.
Yeah.
We have a good show.
I bet.
And
So
before you go, I'm gonna say this: for the folks in Queensbridge on Wednesday, we have to march down to the office. Since they have this pilot program, we got to put it to the test. Same thing in Astoria. No, Queensbridge would be Friday. Ravenswood would be Wednesday. Astoria House is Thursday. We want to go down there and make sure that this pilot program is all that they said it's supposed to be. And if it's not,
That's right.
then we got to be in their faces. We got to keep the pressure on. Do not
Exactly.
set up. Don't stop. Don't let up for a minute. We got to keep it going.
cool.
And
Sure.
your presser.
Oh yeah. Also, you have the press conference will be on Friday at 250 Broadway, and also don't forget I'm running for Queensboro president.
Yeah.
Rock and I are gonna have a show soon.
Yes,
and
we will.
Saundrea too. And we're going to actually be explaining what the campaign's about and breaking down the points and folks to invest in it. And let's change the city. We got folks like yourself and myself and others. We can make a whole new city if we all get in. It could be totally different.
Right.
Yeah.
So support those people that are stepping out there on your behalf.
Just keeping it real. That's it.
And with that, also, Claudia Perez, she's running, and we're working on something special for her campaign. I'm not going to say anything because it's a secret, but we're working on something special for her campaign to do something a little different. You know what I'm saying? And on that note, listen, it was great having you once again,
Likewise.
Carmen.
Thanks for having me.
And next week we'll see you same bad time, same bad channel. This is One Nycha, right? One Nycha,
One
one
Nycha,
people.
yes.
One Nycha, one people, baby.
One Nycha, one people. One Nycha, one people. Lift off. Lift us off. We lifted off. We lifted off.